My mind is set, my grind is set, my heart on ice cold. I'm only here to even the score. Whoa. My mind is set, my grind is set, my heart on ice cold. We down right now, but did it before. Whoa. See from here we gon' up. Made the call, I shown up. Now the game is sewn up. Say my name is blown up. We up, 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 we up. See from here we gon' up. Made the call, I shown up. Now the game is sewn up. Say my name is blown up. We up, 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 we up.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Show. I'm Mike Tirado. I'm here with Nevin Shapiro. And listen, today, we've brought you many legends on this show. But today is just a little bit special because there's only a few guys ever in the history of the University of Miami at the running back position who have ever been first-team All-Americans. And we just so happen to have two of them on our show today. I'm going to introduce you the first one. Not only, like I said, was he an All-American, but he is a University of Miami Hall of Famer. He won the 1987 National Championship, and he was a first-round pick in the NFL Draft. Everybody, let's please welcome Cleveland Gary.
Yeah.
Mr. Cleveland Gary on our show.
In the building, baby.
In the building, man.
2
Legend.
weeks too late, by the way.
Yeah.
2 weeks too late, man.
Notre Dame,
we couldn't get him, man. The line was too long to talk to him.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get his number, but
Yeah.
sent it to me right away.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, actually at this point, he's become a regular on our show. A legend in the building as well. The 2001 national champion, and should have been the 2002 national champion, and should have been the 2002 Heisman Trophy winner, Willis motherfucking McGahee.
Motherfucking right. Let's go, baby. Man, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go, baby. All right, guys, we are sponsored today by K2 Water. This is our hydration formula. It'll be linked in the description below. Use code NEVIN10 for your discount. This is who we're sponsored by. Some of the best hydration stuff you could get right now. We are also sponsored by Runner, which is the app that you can get in the App Store and the Google Play Store. You can run over trains and collect coins. Go ahead and download that now. And, of course, without further ado, let's get into the action. So Cleveland grew up here down in South Florida out of Stewart, right? Out of Stewart, then you end up going to the University of Georgia.
Right.
But then from Georgia, you transferred to Miami.
Right.
And I just want to ask you kind of what was that process like and the reason why you left Georgia to come to the University of Miami?
Straight up, I wanted to win the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
Like Willis. I knew, but when high school, I caught the football a lot, and ran the football, rushed for 2,100 yards in 10 games and scored 30 touchdowns, right? But I could catch the ball, and I was a great baseball player. So I wanted to come to UM because Ron Frazier and Snellenberger. So Snellenberger flew the helicopter down to my high school, and Ron Frazier's like, we got to get him. So I was a two-sports guy, and a lot of people don't know that. So Miami was a perfect fit. The big regret is, had I gone to Miami, I would have started my freshman year in football, and I would have played shortstop in baseball. But I went to Georgia because, I said, I want to win the Heisman. Just like Willis, great backs, you believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you will not be productive. It's just in our nature, right? This guy goes out and rushes for 1,752 yards in 1 year because you believe in yourself. So I said, look, if I go to Georgia, it's a dice roll. But am I going to regret it? Because I'm going to miss out on playing at a great baseball school. It was equal. And so I ended up going to Georgia and ended up coming back. So that's what happened when you're a young kid, a lot of pressure. You don't know what to do. People are in your ear, and you can make decisions sometimes that you may regret.
Big point on that. A lot of people don't realize what kind of legendary program Ron Frazier was running at the University of Miami.
Exactly.
You talk about the way we became in football as a legendary cornerstone. We already were in baseball.
That is a fact.
Like 41 straight regional appearances, years in a row.
That's right.
That's that's real shit. Like that's epic
story.
shit.
Did you ever get the opportunity to play baseball?
Yes.
At the University of Miami?
Yeah. What happened, I played a half a season because Ron Frazier said, man, you should have came. But Jimmy, he wouldn't let me play baseball at the time. But I was ineligible, Willis, for almost 2 years. So I was just screwed. I thought I'd never see the field again in football. So I went, and signed up for law school. I said, I ain't got no money. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no stats on the football field. I'm ineligible, right. Not because of who was there. Had I been eligible, it would have been different. That I do know.
The hell on earth.
I would have. I'm not going to sit down for nobody. The only reason why I didn't play, because I was ineligible. But I just felt like I had a screwed up college career. To be honest with you, I feel like I messed college up. Here I am, my last year. I'm not on the field, can't play baseball. Similar to your story.
Asterisk. It was sort of an asterisk college career.
Yeah.
And in today's NIL landscape and NCAA landscape, this guy is a Deion Sanders from the 90s playing a two-sport situation with a lot of leverage. Would you not agree? Money. Baseball and football. And it's just a bidding war for yourself.
It's a bidding war, and that's a regret. Yeah. Bobby Souza pitched in the World Series.
Remember him.
Right? University of Miami, drafted Detroit Tigers, right?
Yeah.
He's from Indiantown, the town I grew up in. We pitched against each other every year.
Oh, wow.
We were champions every year. He was number 2, we were number 1. That's how good a baseball player I was.
Wow.
He was drafted top pick Detroit Tigers. He won the World Series for Miami. I was a baseball player before a football player.
All these guys, Mike, you can't blame them. They were born when they were born.
Right.
Right? The era that these guys...
They would have made so much money in this NIL
and he
era.
was a two-sport guy.
Yeah.
So he's just, look what Kyler Murray did with Oklahoma. And that was some, I would say, 25 to 30 years after when he was playing baseball. And he had, he was just juggling. All right, which contract am I taking? He would have been in the same situation. No?
Hey, look. You know what? Wish you could have, should have, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now, at Georgia, were you behind Herschel Walker? Was Herschel on your team?
No, I'm younger.
Okay,
I was in high school when
got it.
Herschel was,
okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was going to ask Cleveland.
Yeah. I remember we had talked about that.
One of the things because I didn't even realize till I started doing some research that you went to Georgia first. That slid by me for some reason. But I was wondering, did Herschel going there have anything to do? Were you a fan of his going?
Sincerely, it did a little bit because in high school, he and I, trying to recruit you, right? I think he was trying to recruit. Anyway, I met him in Orlando. He was playing for the New Jersey Generals.
Oh, wow.
At that time.
Before this guy couldn't even tell you what the USFL was. This guy wasn't even a thought, man. But I know what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Donald Trump owned the
Willis.
New Jersey Generals. And Herschel Walker played for the New Jersey Generals.
Yeah.
Right? And so that had a little bit to do with it because they ran the football. But didn't work out. But I will say my first game, I rushed for 100 yards, scored a touchdown against Clemson. I came back and rushed for 102 yards against Ole Miss, scored a touchdown. First game ever. First carry, 18 yards.
Yeah, I saw they were big on you. They were big on SEC. I
was voted the best back in the SEC. I got the cover of the magazine, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm on the cover. But I tore up my foot. I injured it. So my freshman season, when I ripped my arch, I was pretty much done.
Yeah, that was it.
But Willis can tell, football injuries, the NFL is no different. It's all about survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah.
If you're injured, man, it's tough, man.
100%. So you get to the University of Miami in 1986 under Jimmy Johnson. He's argued by many as the greatest coach of all time at UM. Do you have a Jimmy Johnson story that you could share with our audience? Give me a good one.
A lot of them. Well, when I came to Miami, we so happened to talk to Notre Dame, found out they was calling, and my uncle said, no, he's going to Miami. So he calls the Heck Center. We were talking about the Heck Center earlier.
Yeah.
Jimmy picks up. So happened he's in the office. He picks up. He said, are you talking to anybody else? He said, get him here. So I left Georgia, came right to Miami, And, the rest is history. Now, I'll tell you the story, Nev. I missed curfew one night, the team meetings. I missed curfew one night. I was in my apartment asleep. I just overslept. This true story. Somebody knocked on my door. I was with my kids, my mom, and I looked through the peak, and it was Jimmy knocking on my door. I said, I ain't opening that door. She said, let's go. I said, yeah, hell no. I am not opening that door. So Joe Brodsky leaves a message on my machine. Back in the day, Willis, they had these old little machines, message machine. And so he says, get your ass over here. You better be here in the morning at 6 o'clock. Be over here. So I showed up at 6 o'clock. I pull up in my Corvette, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Irvin pulls up beside me. I said, Mike must have missed curfew too. So Coach Johnson was sitting out there, and I had on my school clothes, Willis, because I said, I'm going to put my shoes on. I got my new white sneakers on, my jeans, man, my shirt, my cologne smelling. I'm going to just go straight to class, right? Coach, he's going to argue at us, chew us out. I'm going to class, right? So Coach says, get on the line. I said, Coach, let me go change. He said, get your ass on the line. I said, oh, man, I got my clothes on, Coach. Coach, I'm not. Get on that line. So Michael said, Cleve, come on, man, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.
So did Mike miss curfew?
Yeah. Mike missed curfew too. So I was surprised. I said, what Mike doing over here?
You guys had mini workouts, man, before the workouts.
I don't know.
On the regular. Yeah, on the regular. Yeah.
So
I love it.
He blew that whistle, and we ran for 30 minutes. And Mike said, don't say nothing. Keep running. I said, man, I got to go to school. Man, I made my clothes mess. I didn't go back home. So I was drenched, wet all day in class. I was pissed. But he was pissed, right?
Yeah.
We missed curfew.
Yeah.
That's the Jimmy Johnson.
Man, I love
That's
it.
awesome. That's awesome.
I love it.
So obviously, Cleveland, we have Mr. Willis McGahee with us in the house. He's become a regular on our show, and we had him in on our interview, and we spoke about how the 2001 Hurricanes are the greatest college football team of all time, but we've had Benny Blades on and Tolbert Bain, and they've stressed, and Nevin feels a certain way, that the 1986 Hurricanes are the greatest team of all time, even though they didn't win a national championship. Mm-hmm. What's your feeling? Who's the best University of Miami team ever?
It's the 2001 team, right?
Yeah.
I would say the 2001 team. I would. I think the 1986, we had a lot of great players. I played with them every day, like I said. And I just look at stats, bottom line. It was a great team, but they didn't win the national championship.
They didn't close the deal, man.
They didn't close the deal. No different than my senior year, what people downplay a lot. And I'm, the quiet guy behind the scenes. All the fellas in Miami can talk. They get a chance to be on the screen. But I'm telling you, we were 11-1. Nobody talks about us. And the year before that,
You could have been on a three-peat.
Florida State.
Facts.
We barely beat them by a touchdown, Willis, in 87. Michael Irvin scored the touchdown. We come back into my senior year. Florida State is ranked number 1 because Deion Sanders and everybody returned.
And they put that
and
video
we were
out.
ranked number 6. But we whooped that ass 31-0.
Man, listen. Can I talk?
31-0.
Can I
Willis.
talk about that game?
31-0.
That's crazy.
Can I talk about that game and the video they put out?
But we're nowhere mentioned. Yeah, go ahead, Nev. You know the story.
Luke had that video. He dropped that video that these guys were all putting a D on and they were doing their prime time.
You don't
thing,
remember that?
Come on, man.
You remember that rap video?
I know where all the bodies are, man. Listen to me. Listen. They put that video out, and I just remember Coach Johnson. Like everyone saw it. I was just a young kid, man, but like everyone saw it. We knew what was that, and everyone at Florida State, they were coming in, man. We've been stealing their thunder, and they come in thinking they're all that. Finally, they're the cats meow. Man, we beat the living fucking fuck out of that team. 31-0.
31-0. But we're not mentioned in the 86. And let me say this. I'm saying this live.
Here's the cameras right there.
Every single day.
Right here.
On the scout team, inside run with Benny Blaze and all of them. Jerome Brown, let me tell you something. You ask them. Let's be true on camera. Look, man, we were no joke. That 80, my senior year, we were 11-1.
Loaded.
You take away the Notre Dame.
Loaded.
And I ran against Benedict every day. I had
Loaded.
plenty of 100-yard scrimmages. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that team they had the year before they won the national championship with Steve Walsh, I think we were better than than the 87 team.
That 86, 87, 88 team, listen to me. 83 broke through, and they were like an underdog story. This is for all the University of Miami fans and anybody. That 83 team was like a glorious happening. But that 86, 87, 88 team, and really 85 that we choked off against Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl year before, we were on a 4-peat.
Jeez.
Maybe a 5-peat.
Yeah.
89 because we closed the deal then too.
Right.
Beating Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. So we were on a
And then we lose in 90
Listen to
and
me.
win in 91.
That 5-year run by the University of Miami football program, I don't care, Alabama, recent, this and that, man, that 5-year run, we changed college football forever. The rules, the taunting, the swag, everything. True or not?
I agree. Did you see Miami
We did
back
that.
in those days?
I seen clips.
Or were you in high school? You were in elementary school, right?
Yeah, I'm 81. Yeah, I was in elementary.
Man,
it's
that's what got me as a psycho, that 5-year run. And we know you have a special guest here watching. I'm sure him too. I'm positive.
100%.
I'm positive.
100%.
Okay?
And Willis, since we have you on, what's your final message to these LSU fans and the Joe Burrows? You know, just tell them one last time so we can get off this. You know?
I actually want to retract something I said about Joe Burrow. I didn't mean it in a bad way, Joe, when I said fuck Joe Burrow. I was just saying it just to say it. You're a great player. I like you as a quarterback. No issues with you. Fuck LSU. You're not better than us.
Right.
You would never be better than us. It is what it is. That's just
Right.
point blank.
Listen, man.
Nothing against the school, though. Y'all a great school. Y'all got great talent, great players. But you couldn't fuck with a picture of us.
Right, man. You know, like that individual team versus our individual team, they're two separate conversations.
Yeah.
It's not who's the best. Who's fighting for second best? We're already sitting by ourselves looking down. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. But I do agree with what Clem said. All those teams loaded. And you know, a lot of teams, it takes a lot to win a national title. Yeah. You got to be really great, and you got to be lucky not to get hurt. Mm-hmm. Being injured is, you know, it's part of the game. This and that. So you need a little bit of luck along the way. But that ride this guy was on a sick ride, and he was on a sick ride. Mm-hmm. Just
why he got 2 6-6? I had 1 7. Yeah. Wow.
Well, you know.
You know, actually, I feel like him. Like he said, the 80. What team went 11-1? 17?
88. Right?
88.
Yeah, 88.
I feel like the
2000.
2000.
No. Get 2000. The year we lost Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I feel like
What year was that, Willis?
That was
2002. Yeah.
That was a hell of a team.
I feel like that was the best team.
man.
So that team,
Really?
that 2002
That was the
team.
toughest team we ever had. Boy.
Listen, that 2002 team very comparable to that 88 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very comparable.
Right.
One lot. We had 6 chances to go undefeated. 6 chances.
6 chances.
6, man. And all those teams could have been in the conversation for that team.
Right.
Right.
The reason why 2001 gets that type of hype is because of the Hall of Fame list and the first round picks.
And they closed the deal.
Yeah.
And they closed the deal.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
right.
And on that level, Nebraska wasn't even supposed to be in that race. It was supposed to be Georgia there in the national championship.
Right.
In 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had them
Georgia-
34-0 at halftime.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Nebraska
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. But the 2000 team gets heralded because you had Reggie Wayne and Santana on that team.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the year we lost.
To Washington.
We lost to Washington, which I don't know how. But
First game of the season. That was Dorsey's first road start. And, you know, one point I'd like to make.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Even though I could save this for our thing.
Yeah.
Dorsey gets a lot of shit. You know, doesn't get the respect a lot of people. But the best record in the history of the NCAA as a starting quarterback, 30 starts or more, Ken Dorsey. 38-2,
34-2, I think.
34-2.
34-2.
Just saying. Best winning percentage ever. All right, let's go. This is about Cleveland guy. McGahee, but I just had to throw that point in. You know me. I talk shit when I have to.
So me and Dorsey got the same winning record.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because you guys only lost 2 games at Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy.
It is.
So Cleveland, this is something that I've had to hear from Nevin ever since I've known him, and it's the 1988 touchdown that got called back against Notre Dame. Obviously, the Cleveland Gary fumble, as they call
The
it.
phantom fumble.
Yep. What, like, is that a play that still sits with you today, or like, how do you still feel about that play, that individual play in itself?
Everywhere I go, every airport I fly into and out of, every state I'm in, I hear about it all the time. I'm in a restaurant eating. Hey, that wasn't a fumble. They call it a phantom fumble. But what's interesting about that game, I was not supposed to play in that game. I had cracked 2 ribs against Arkansas, jumping over the top into the end zone, and I cracked my rib. So the doctor said, "Hey, man, if you play, you could puncture that lung and die." And so Coach Johnson knew, and so I thought I would stay home. And I said, "Coach, I'm not going." He says, "You're going to get on the bus." I said, "Man, I got 2 cracked ribs, Coach." He says, "Even if you don't play, you're going to get on that bus and you're going to support the team." That's Coach Johnson.
I love that, man.
You're going to get on.
Man, that's who he is, man.
So I got on had my sweatsuit on, a little Adidas sweatsuit, went to the game. I had no idea I was going to play the Notre Dame game, not in the pain. And I walk in the locker room. Well, when you get off the bus and you start hearing this convict, hate Notre Dame, you're going through the line, walk in the locker room, and I see my jersey there. I said, ain't this some shit? So I said, man, what the hell? I scrap on my pads.
What's a punctured lung?
I got the rib cage on, Willis, went out. I had 11 catches that day for 132 yards. Nobody's broken that record.
Dominant.
I was not healthy.
Wow.
Had I been healthy, we would not have lost. It would have been different. I couldn't really, with broken ribs, cracked ribs.
You can't breathe.
I couldn't, you can't really breathe.
Hurts,
And, I took the rib cage off. I caught the ball a lot, but I wasn't an effective runner. But I wasn't supposed to play in that game that day. But I set a record that day.
We watched that. I mean, I've seen it 80s. I've seen it probably as many times as you. We watched it the week of the game, and I'm showing Mike and some of the younger guys that weren't. Maybe they remember. Maybe I don't. The age difference is significant, right? But I'm showing forget the fumble. It's a touchdown or it's a first down. It's a touchdown or it's a first down.
Right.
You did it's different. That plays probably comparable to the Bill Buckner situation with the Mets and the Red Sox when the ball goes through his legs and everyone remembers. But that wasn't a blunder on your part. That was the refs just absolutely fucking us on the call. It had nothing to do with you not doing the right thing because based on the rules, the ground cannot cause a fumble. It's a first down or it's a touchdown.
Exactly.
Period.
Right. You're right.
Period. It's not up for dispute or debate.
Right.
If you're a Notre Dame fan, you're going to say fumble. But if you're practical and you don't even have a dog in the fight, it's a first down or it's a touchdown.
One or the other.
Right?
Yep. That particular play, Steve threw the ball behind me.
Right.
Right. And I caught it because of my hands. I had the biggest ring size on the team, by the way. My ring size. So I could palm a basketball fairly easy. So when I caught the football, this is what was going. And Willis can recollect play by play. I bet you can tell you what he was thinking on this particular play when he scored, when he broke a tackle. We remember those things. So I caught the ball. He threw it behind me. I wish he had thrown it in front. I walked in it.
Right.
But I turned around. But this Streeter guy was way over here, and I said, in my head, I says, I'm gonna dive over.
Yeah, you got the
and
leverage.
Touch the white. The ground can't cause a fumble.
Right.
I knew my knee didn't touch the ground. That was a touchdown.
Right.
So I spiked the ball. I hit the white, and I was trying to hold it down to slide, but it ricocheted back because I hit it that quick. I hit it and it bounced back. How can the ground cause a fumble? I had full possession of the ball.
Yeah.
And I spiked it.
You're not getting this. For all you watching, whoever's watching, you're not getting this from a hypothesis. You're getting it from the subject matter.
Yeah.
What he was thinking. Touchdown.
Yeah, and that's a three-peat. Easily,
What are you
if
talking
that
about?
happens, that's a three-peat.
And wait, who did I say that to? Who did we have on the show?
Benny Blades.
Tony Rice.
Oh, Tony Rice. We
Tony
had him
Rice
at
on
Tony Rice. We were at an event for that week.
an
And he
event.
just started laughing.
I mean, I don't like you now.
Yeah, right. He happened to be doing a drive-by, and they were just pulling people because we were at this Miami Notre Dame charity event.
Oh,
And
at
I
the
put
golf.
him-
At the golf.
Yeah,
At the golf.
yeah. So I put him right on the spot. I mean, he had to turn away.
He don't like Tony Rice for real. I'm talking trash.
But Willis, you know what? When you lose against somebody and they get the credit for it and they beat
Ohio
you,
State.
Notre Dame was not on our level.
Nah.
And Nev, you know
Facts.
that. Come on, man.
Facts.
And that was the start of the Catholic versus convict.
Listen,
Yeah.
Steve
Like,
Walsh had
game.
5 or 6 interceptions in that
That
game, and
day.
we still had to
still-
go for a 2-pointer. That's how bad dominating it was.
But Coach Johnson could have kicked the field goal. It made it 31-30. 31-31. He could have kicked the field goal.
Oh,
We
he could
went
have
for
kicked.
two.
He could have kicked the point to tie it up. But in that time, there's no overtime.
Coach Johnson had a he had a mentality.
Yeah,
we
nah,
kick their ass.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
We didn't care what
Yeah,
they did.
yeah. You had a he no one faults him for
100%.
that.
No, 100%.
No one faults him for that. And Andre Brown made that catch, man. I was going fucking bananas, man. Anyway, go ahead, man.
You were there at that game, right?
Yeah, man. Come on.
You were there. In the
I told
stand.
Mel Bratton the same story when we were talking about it. I said, man, the fight in the stands was better than the fight in the tunnel.
Why you ain't come down and help
I was
us
a
fight,
young
man?
kid, man. I was a young kid. I was still eating Wheaties and shit, man.
So, Cleva, anytime we have a University of Miami guy on our show, I ask him this specific question. Obviously, for the majority of the last 20 years, Miami has been mostly mediocre. Why do you believe that is over the last 20 years?
Lack of camaraderie. I mean, they changed the rules. The guys putting on ties and coats. That's not who we are. I mean, you got to have the interaction of the former players, and we motivate the guys. And I just think we lost that swagger.
Yeah.
It really meant a lot, right? When you saw the guys that came before you, like it, and it's always been such a. And I've heard a few different stories over the course of the years. Obviously, I was on a little vacation for a minute, but I've caught some some drips and drabs from some players as far as like Al Golden, Willis had made mention. Like some of these guys hadn't wanted dudes around. I know it's different now. A lot with Mario there. At least guys are on the sideline and making, at least being seen. Like, it means a lot, man, because, like, you guys lived through today's generation, right?
Right.
Your pride for, for the program, right?
Right.
That's always been, I've always thought, like, we're a very unique brand, man. We're like our own brand. Like, it's Miami against and it really is true, man. Whatever, forget my scandal and everything else and the shit, whatever took place. Like, it's us against the world, man. Everyone fucking hates it. You love us or you hate us. You're not on the fence, right? You're just not on the fence. So you got to watch your own, right?
Absolutely. And you felt that way. And I think actually being the convicts, whatever you called us, and we thrived off of that.
We owned it. We owned that shit.
Yeah, and Willis can attest to this. I just didn't think nobody could beat us.
Yeah.
I know it seems arrogant the way, but that's what we
That's Miami
represented.
football.
That's just Miami football.
We came out,
We cannot
man.
be beat.
I'll tell you, I just told Mike this story yesterday. So, late 80s, I'm pretty sure you were gone already. So we became friends with a former Seminole player. His name is Kirk Carruthers. He was a linebacker for Florida State. And he was a 3 or 4 year starter for them. And we became pretty cool. He moved to Miami Beach, and we were talking. I mean, like, man, what did you guys, I'm like, Kurt, when we used to play you guys, it was always like this and that. He goes, Nev, you know what the difference was between us and you guys? We thought we were going to win. You guys knew you were going to win.
Right.
His words. Florida State player.
Right.
And that's the mindset,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's been our
Right,
mindset,
right.
man. Like, we're winning that. When you were referring to that Florida State game, we're down 19-3 in Doe Campbell. I'm there, too. We're down 19-3, and Danny Stubbs picks off a pass on his knees.
Right.
From I think, not I can't think of the guy's name, the quarterback for, not Danny Cannell, way before that. But anyway, Danny McManus, I think. And we walk him down in the fourth quarter. Mike goes on that hitch, boom, right past Dion, down the sideline, and we're down 19-3. We were dead in the water, boom. We never quit.
Never quit.
Fourth quarter at Doak, down 19-3. Try to come back from that. Anybody. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I got a question for you. What was your best play that you remember running the ball at University of Miami?
I would have to say There were a lot of them, but one in particular play that stands out in my mind. When we played Michigan,
Best.
we Steve threw me a flat pass out of the backfield, Willis, and I just was not going to be denied. The guy comes up and he tries to tackle me. I ran through the shit. And then this big 6'3", 4" guy, you know, a lot of times when a running back makes contact and it looks like we ran over the guy, sometimes it's not. It's just body positioning, knowing how to turn at the last minute and slip out of that tackle.
Yeah.
And I made him look bad. And I accelerated down the sidelines for 49 yards into the end zone. I remember that play.
As do I. Now let me comment on that. We're down 30-14 in Ann Arbor, getting our shit stomped. Stomped?
Stomped. 30-14, yeah.
30-14.
Yeah.
17 points, man. Him and Rob Chudzinski. This guy willed us back. Caught a screen. Bro. If anyone who's watching, go to the film. Miami at Michigan, down 30-14 in the fourth quarter. Like 5 minutes left. Walked them down. Carlos Huerta, ice.
Carlos Huerta.
Ice.
Field goal.
You know what when I was doing my research on you, Cleveland, I came across a stat that was very interesting to me that you were I don't think there's another running back in the history of the University of Miami that has more receiving yards than running back yards in your from 87 and 88. Right. You had more receiving yards as a running back. I thought that was really interesting. Like you were an all-purpose back.
Right.
And that's what you're saying, like your hands were really
special.
Like special. That's very, would you say that's more like rare?
Unique.
It's very rare as a running back.
I had 364 yards receiving.
As receiving?
But you had 1,752 rushing.
You can't have both. I couldn't have both.
The one guy that was a dual threat type player like that was Mel Bratton. But he didn't have the statistics. I don't believe that Cleveland had that. What
he had more rushing yards.
But what did Frank have? Frank had some good receiving yards.
That as a dual back, that would be my closest comparison from my vantage point that I can remember would be Mel Bratton back.
Yeah, I don't think any of them had more receiving yards than rushing yards.
Incredible. Yeah.
So
that's why he went in the first round.
100%.
You know what I mean?
The 57 receptions in 10 games, I think Michael Irvin had is received 53. So I have 57 catches. So that's in 10 games, 57. But, I've always been able to catch the football. But people say, well, he has great hands. But my asset, even with the Rams and catching the football, my asset has always been my first 10 yards. Coach Robinson, when he drafted me, he's coached Eric Dickerson, all those great guys. He said, the reason why we picked your first round, you're still on the board. He says, well, your asset is your first 10 yards.
Wow.
And because you're so big at 235, it's very difficult for a receiver. You can't be jammed off the line. So that's what Miami, I could catch the ball, but no cornerback. You don't put a cornerback on a guy 230, 235.
Never going to tackle him.
He's too little, and you can cut. I was a cutback runner. I made my money cutting back across the grain. So my first 10 yards is here, and I'm in full gear my first 10 yards.
Man, that is a great point, man. John Robinson, I didn't even think about that. And he coached this is before your time, he coached all the legendary backs at USC.
They drafted,
when they were a machine at running back.
This is a round running back right here. He has that great acceleration, that power. It's hard for the receiver. If a running back can catch the football and he can cut, you don't have to be a 4-2 guy. You don't run 4-2s. The key is in traffic in the first 10, 15 yards.
Mike will tell you, my favorite Willis run, he had 28 touchdowns, I think, in that epic year he had. My favorite run of all of them was, the screen everyone likes against Florida State, but that stop, jam up against Pittsburgh, and then
I saw that.
For me, that was the run.
It's interesting because his is also against Pittsburgh, but it's the dive.
Yeah, I like the dive
in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, man. Wow.
So Cleveland, who's the best running back of all time at UM?
I'm gonna say it like this.
This guy's an instigator, man. I mean, it's what he does.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it real. At the end of the day, you got to look at the facts. We can get emotional opinions. That doesn't get it. The bottom line, the guy rushed for 1,752 yards.
Right.
I mean, let's just be real. Be a
Yeah.
man about it. How can you argue that?
Yeah.
You know, I know players went on to do things in the NFL, but, you know, NFL is just survival of the fittest. But no back came to and it just not noted on record. We're a passing school.
Right.
We're the
Individual
passing
season.
you.
For an individual season, crazy, right?
Yeah, it's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that I would say, I mean, you know, I know the guys may beg to differ. You know, you got your Frank Gore.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got a
James.
lot.
Hey, Edgar's a great back, no
Yeah,
question.
listen.
Portis was a beast.
Of course.
But they played 4 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
1 season. I played 1 season.
Yeah.
Now, in the Hall of Fame 1 season, and I can understand some of the guys saying, man, he doesn't deserve. Do I deserve to be in the top 5? All I can say is this, stats talk.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else walks.
Listen,
No
same-
one has ever caught 57 passes. No one has rushed for 1,752. So we can get into our feelings.
Right.
I love all you guys. I love all you running backs. Hey, but I'm saying it is what it is, bro. 57, that's in the record.
And you know, I'm so glad you.
Say
you
what
know
you
what?
wanna
You
say.
are a pain in the ass instigator, but man, I like that. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I like that, because this is for all you LSU fans out there. When you think we're laughing at you guys, we think you're funny because our fights take place in house.
Yeah.
We're arguing about, like, is it Frank Gore, Edrin James, Cleveland Gary, Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Duke Johnson? Like, we got our own shit going on here.
Yeah,
You guys
100%.
stay with your stuff, man.
Y'all just
Well,
casualties of war.
you know what I mean? Like, we got our own shit going on over here, man. It's us versus everybody. That's the truth, man. Miami's its own world, right? Once you get past the 305, even though a lot of 954 and 561 guys come down and they're part of the whole thing, once you... We're our own world, man.
Yeah.
We really are down here.
I do want to get into the current Miami, but I do have one question for you, Willis, before we get into it. And I don't
got a
think
question for him.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead first.
Who did you hang with, or who did you get along with the most when you were at the University of Miami?
University of Miami?
Yes.
And I want you to answer that question about yourself, too, because I'm interested, too. Well, at UM, when I came from Georgia, hey, keeping it real, you know, you're a top back coming out of high school, 2 sports guy. I did what I wanted to do. I'm that type of guy, you know, and you got your girlfriend, you know, had a kid in college, and I just basically hung out, chilled. I didn't really hang out with anybody, to keep it real.
Oh, yeah?
Not really. I chilled. I went home, man. Went home and did my little homework, you know, came back to practice, you know, and that's what it was. Now, me and Michael, I would say, me and Michael Irvin have a very unique relationship. You know, he would go up to my hometown with me sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Mike is the only player that been to my crib, you know, hung out, went to parties together. My uncle used to give these parties, and Mike and I hung out.
Gotcha.
And it's a long story about Mike and I when he got his first vehicle. I drove the Corvette in college. That's another story. We won't talk about
I've already been canceled, man. You can't tell me. You know what I mean?
Mike's my boy. Mike's my
Statute of
boy.
limitation,
Mike's
easy,
my
dog.
boy.
You know what I mean?
That's what. Well, I think my guy who I hung out with literally was Jason Gathers. We all came in the same year. He was more of a, I don't know, we just, that class I came in with, 2000, we were all good, but me and Jason hung out the most. We hung out the most, even though that we were in two different positions at one time. He was a receiver. He was an athletic receiver.
Man,
playing
was he
running
good
back,
too, man?
running back and
So
receiver.
underrated, man.
So yeah, I would say Jason Gathers. We still close to this day. Out of everybody,
Jason?
I'm cool with everybody. I'm still cool with everybody that I came in with, but
Yeah.
me and Jason, it's like we were 2 peas in a pod.
Question I have, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys do all your research. Who were the running backs that come out of UM and go into the NFL and rush over 1,000 yards?
For 1,000, so I could.
Who were they?
I'll tell you a short list that in my
you
mind.
got that.
Yeah.
So Clinton Portis for sure.
Yeah.
Willis,
Edrin.
Frank,
Duke.
Duke, Otis Anderson,
Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller, Chuck Foreman.
Duke rushed for 1,000 yards in the NFL.
I don't know if he did in the NFL. I don't know
Like
if he
in a
did.
single season?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who were the running backs that came out of UM that went into the NFL
and ran for
had 1,000 yards in a single season?
In a single season?
Yeah,
I know Willis,
Oh, okay.
Edgar,
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
Portis.
Clinton.
Portis.
Frank too. Frank.
Frank too.
Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank.
Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller did.
Miller definitely
Lamar-
did.
Who did he play for?
He played-
Houston
Texans.
Texans.
And then the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah. He definitely had a
He did
1,000-yard
go over
year.
1,000 yards.
Oh yeah, no, he did.
Had to have.
He did.
100%.
Duke
I
didn't
know
go
he
over
did.
1,000.
I'm not sure if he
that's
did.
tough.
Duke did.
He played on such a shit team. He was
was
on the
Cleveland,
Browns.
right?
He was on the
Yeah.
Browns. They were terrible.
But didn't he go to? He went to Texas too, didn't he?
Duke, I think towards the end he might have went to the Texans, right? Duke Johnson.
Duke played in a few squads.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
But when he was his best in his prime, he was with Cleveland, and they were fucking horrible.
Yeah.
They were just so bad. Like their offensive line was terrible. I mean, he couldn't really.
That's close. I don't know if he did.
He
I
might
don't know if he
have.
got there, but
He might have.
He may have been very close.
100%.
I'm trying to think. Mel got hurt.
Alonzo Highsmith.
Alonzo, I don't think he got hurt.
No.
I don't
Had a
know
short
if he
career.
did.
I don't think
No,
he
1,000-yard
did. James
rushers,
Stewart from
I
Minnesota,
know Willis.
going back when.
There's probably 5.
That's 5.
Probably
Only
5 in total.
Only 5 of us.
Yeah. And you led touchdowns of the year in
And scored.
1990.
And
NFL,
scored.
yeah,
I scored
NFL,
15.
yeah,
15.
led the league in
One season?
in touchdowns. Yeah,
One season.
1990, right?
And only played in, it was 16 games back then. I only played in 14.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I scored 15 times. Yeah.
I was
Injuries
either 14.
15. Easy.
I know I was 14 easy.
Yeah, I know you had 14.
My last year
I
at
saw-
Baltimore.
Yeah, 14.
So the question I had for you was more of an NFL question. It was like, do you feel like if you didn't have that injury to your knee, that you would have became a Hall of Fame running back?
You know what? I think if I never got hurt, I probably would have been doing something I had no business doing. Because I was, you know, I'm from Miami. I had people who was doing stuff for me, you know, helping me out. I don't know, man. It probably wasn't never meant for me to go second pick overall. Just to touch all that type of money like that.
I think you would have. I think had you not hurt your knee, I think, I without question.
Was it always in your mind as you were rushing after the injury? Like, did you rush differently? Did you run the ball differently after the injury? Mentally?
No, I ran the ball the same. I just probably, you know, with the major surgery I had, it wasn't. It was there, but it wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Subconsciously in the back of your head, maybe.
Nah, I wouldn't say that because subconsciously, I knew when I got on the field, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna play. If I get hurt, I get hurt. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So you know, I didn't go out there and wimp out.
Sure.
I went out there and played my best ability, you know. But like I said, I wasn't a guy who stretched. Always just
Neither did I.
hot tub.
Hot stretching, right.
My warm up is when I would go out there and, you know, do the ball carry drills with the coaches and whoop. So, you know, it was,
Did you play with any other team than Buffalo?
yeah.
Denver
I played
Broncos.
with Denver, Buffalo, Baltimore, and Cleveland. I did 1 year in Cleveland. Chuck came and got me my last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So I got a question, Cleo. So you're obviously, you know, your era is different. Really, same from Willis. We asked him the same question. We ask all the former guys. What do you think of this NIL world, and how do you think? What do you? Obviously, it's happened. It was way overdue. But what are your thoughts on NIL, and like, how do you think, looking back in hindsight, you may have looked at that situation? Obviously, you were a dual sport guy, like we mentioned earlier. But what are your thoughts on what's taking place with that whole situation now?
I'm so happy for the guys these days because they get a chance to make money earlier. And we didn't get that opportunity because, you know, you can transfer from one school to another one and play right away. That's still blowing my mind that Cam Ward could leave one school and go to another one and play right away. Right. You know, but had we had that chance, I mean, we could have, you know, made better decisions and say, look, I'm going to leave Georgia and go to Miami. I would have never had to sit out for a year and a half. So the NIL is just it's just great for players.
Game changer, right?
Oh my God, it's a game changer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and how do you see like coming out of high school, where you were, with two sports chasing you? I mean,
back then I would have obviously made a lot of money.
He would have been driving a Lambo instead of a Porsche.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, these kids got it made these days. It's different. I just can't wrap.
What can you say? All right, so we were talking about it off camera before we got started. So what could you say with your most recent visit, or whenever you most recently at the University of Miami? What would you say to what the University of Miami's football facilities look like then as opposed to today?
Man, I'm speechless. It's crazy.
Right.
I mean, we went into a locker room, dirty, white walls, the showers. I mean, little wood lockers. You put the lock on them, and
wow.
Trust me, I just did that for 10 years. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know how you were living. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like Taj Mahal, man. You walk in there, these guys got it made, man.
Yeah, like people don't realize like how epic we were as a football program, and really like how like nothing. You guys had a nothing facility. If it was
Nothing.
Right?
Our facility looked like garbage.
Yeah.
But we just, I don't know. We had it in us to be the best. I mean, the greatest athletes on turf are right here in South Florida. I don't know why you would ever have to go outside.
Ever.
I mean, the
It's
greatest.
fact, man. Do I not say it?
We say it all the time.
What's my statement?
The Saudis with oil.
That's what South Florida is, man, with football talent. Saudis with oil, man.
100%.
We just got the refineries here, man. It's unlimited.
Yeah, so I wanted to close out our show with a couple of current Miami questions. Obviously we got a big win a few weeks ago over Notre Dame. Looked really solid against South Florida. What do you see for the Hurricanes? We got a big game tomorrow against the Gators.
Right.
What do you see for the Canes this year?
They look very strong. We were down on the sidelines against Notre Dame, Willis and I and other guys, and I think Mario's done a great job. Very strong defensively, great offense. They got a chance.
Sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit.
Yeah, we say it, man. The next two games coming up, Florida and Florida State, man, it's going to tell a lot. I think everything's in front of us, Mike. I've been very critical, of certain things with Mario, this and that. Obviously, I've gotten the feedback from former players and whatever, but you know what my expectations are, specifically what they used to be when you were there and when you were there. So why should they be any different, right? It's the same area, same different thing, and like...
You say ACC championship and playoff.
And I don't see any reason why that's not going to happen. I'm just telling you, man. Like, I don't see any reason why that doesn't happen. But this isn't our show. You're asking our guests these questions. But I agree, man. Like, it's all in front of us.
Yeah.
These next 2 weeks are going to tell everything for us. Table set right here.
Yep. Obviously, earlier in the show, you have a question?
Nope. Just Carson Beck, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Willis is big on Carson Beck.
He's big on Carson. He loves Carson Beck.
He's made it very clear a few times.
How do you feel about Carson Beck?
What do you say about Carson?
I love Carson Beck. Georgia counted him out. They think he was trash. I don't think he's trash. What's that saying? Another man's trash.
One man's trash, another man's treasure.
Yeah, and he is definitely our treasure, baby, and I'm happy to have him.
You know who he reminds me of, Carson? Steve Walsh.
Man, I knew you were going to say that too. I swear to God, I knew you were going to say that, man.
Cam, no question. Great, number one pick.
Efficient, methodical.
Yeah.
Carson has, he uses all of his players exceptionally well. I like the way he used the running backs, the tight end, receivers. As the season progresses, you're going to see how effective he really is. He's only going to get better. He used all of his
checkdowns are going to get deeper and deeper.
He goes through his progressions very well.
And that's where I agree, man. We have and like we've said it on our show, this is not last year's offense. We may be more efficient because we were sitting back waiting for Cam Ward. What's he going to do? This is a more efficient thing. I do it while you asked that question. 2 questions came to mind specifically for Cleveland. First one, what would you say was our advantage in the Orange Bowl? How did it feel like as a player knowing you were there?
There's an old saying when you look at the movie Pretty Woman, right? Said, where do you go to get the best closer? Rodale Drive, baby. Right? When you're in the Orange Bowl, there's nothing like the Orange Bowl. It's the Orange Bowl, right?
Was there anything like that West End zone, man?
The crappy parking, the Orange Bowl.
That was our dump.
That's what
That was our dump.
The houses asking if you could park here for $20.
Yep.
There's no place like playing in the Orange
Man,
Bowl.
that was a shithole, man. But that was our shithole.
Yeah.
Man, we loved it. That was the first question that came to mind since I got an old school legend on. Second question. I know you weren't there for all of them, but based on whoever you had a chance to see in your era, obviously very hard to speak about like Willis's era, Dorsey, and those guys moving on to the Cam Wards, obviously. Who's the best, for your money, who was the best quarterback in like your era? Your opinion, and I'm going to just make it easy for you. Bernie Kosar, Testaverde, Steve Walsh,
Jim Kelly,
Craig Erickson. That's your era. Coretta came after, but I don't put him in those guys' category, even though he won the Heisman.
I think if you had to take a consensus, a lot of people would say Jim Kelly. I didn't play with Jim, but I've seen Jim play. Jim was just phenomenal. He was an all-around great quarterback, athletic mobility. Steve was, I would have to go, I'm being biased. I would have to go with Steve.
I've said that.
Yeah.
I've said that. He lost one game, bro. Like, let me just tell you, that game where they stole that shit from him. He's undefeated 2 years of starter.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say Steve.
So efficient, man. He
doesn't have a Testaverde arm.
Right.
But he has the brain and the IQ that I've never seen in a quarterback.
He was so good,
at University of Miami.
Man, was he so good, man.
I don't know. I heard a lot about, Ken Dorsey. I don't know Ken.
Yeah.
Did you play with Ken?
Yeah.
What kind of, I heard
Very
he's
smart.
pretty
He didn't have the
guy.
mega arm, but he can get the ball there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Steve.
Good answer, man. So someone put that on Twitter maybe a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, and I put Steve Walsh, and people were like, "Man, you crazy?" Yeah, listen, if you didn't watch him, you don't know.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, that dude didn't. He was methodical for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Last question I have for you, Cleveland. Obviously, like, and because we do the media stuff, we see how we feel like the fan base, including myself, we're so desperate to be back, right, and be in the conversation again. Is Mario the guy to push us over the ledge? Like, is this the guy to bring us back to prominence?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. He's like a player's coach from what I've seen. Like a player's coach. The players like him. And, when you really like your coach, you go over, above, and beyond.
Right.
You want to do well yourself, but it's something about that little extra, you want to win. You want coach to be successsual, right?
You want to do well for him, yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Any questions?
And he definitely knows. Listen, man, he played here. He grew up here. He knows what we're looking for. Like, he knows our guy. Like, it's a different guy. A Miami. It just is. I don't care. 30 years later, whatever it is, a Miami guy's a Miami guy, right?
Right.
It just is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
He definitely has made us relevant again.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
the,
Yeah.
the biggest point I keep making that, like, and I'll say this, no question about it, in Mario's defense and in his favor, is we are in on every kid. We may not get every kid, and it's a bag game now. Who's getting the bag and this and that, right? But we're in on every kid.
Right.
We're in on every kid.
Right.
He hollers at me. Maybe we'll get more. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, man. You know what's up, Clean?
Well, you see, this is what I go through with this guy every freaking day.
You know what I mean?
Well, you see a string of Hall of Famers behind.
Yeah, man, that shit ain't Photoshop. You know what I'm saying, man? That shit's real, man. That ain't memorized.
Make sure you get my friend right here, too.
Yeah, Mr. McGahee in there. Anything else, Nev?
Nah, man, what a pleasure.
Yeah,
like
what
an honor,
awesome.
What a pleasure, man. We have never met before, but I've been a huge fan of yours, man, just
Don't ever take me out the top 5.
man. No, I got you, bro. I got you.
Don't worry about it. He's a groupie for the 86 era.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I ring
He
your
call
bell.
him a fanboy. He's a
Yo,
86 groupie.
I told, listen, man, listen, no cap, man. When Benny and Tolbert were here, I told this dude, keep your shit over there, man. Let me fucking holler at my OGs, man. This is what, that's like the way he looks at like those guys. That's how I look at you guys. You set
Nam,
the
I have
table.
a question for you.
Yeah, shoot, man.
Who are your top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5 running backs.
Top 5 running backs all time. So I've done this before.
You have.
I've done this before.
You have. Yep.
So I had Willis, Frank. Now, is my top 5 from at the U, or is it the top 5? Like, if you want to talk about career,
Miami.
Period.
Miami.
top 5. If I have to really give that list, I can't leave Duke Johnson off of it.
Give your list. Who cares?
I'm gonna say, let me think about it now, because now this is a different type of pressure. Hold on.
So you get.
He's one to me, right? And I'm just going by the statistics. He's one to me.
Stats. Right. Question.
Edrin is in there. Portis is in there. There's 3. I put Alonzo and Mel as 1.
Can't do that. He said 5.
Yeah, well, I'm not putting
no
either one of
merger.
them. I'm not.
There's no merger.
I'm just giving them as a merger.
No.
If I can't use them as a merger,
We need your top 5.
I got to put Duke 4. I'm going to have to say you as my 5, because I would have put Melvin and Alonzo as 1. And the only reason and really for me, I don't really count Duke because that's not my era. But from a statistical standpoint, how do I keep him out? For me, you're in there over Duke. But if you look at statistic-wise, I have to put him in.
He did more years than all of us. He played. He got.
Yeah.
He got left.
Right. And so, like, see, Cleveland, I'm from that old era. I'm not into today's stat situations. That's the truth.
Right.
He ran for legit 1753. Legit. Like, I saw it, right?
We all saw it.
You know, your season, incredible. You sort of had a similar career.
57.
Right. So, receiving.
It's in the books.
Receiving and running. Receiving and running. No, 100%. If I pull those 2 guys off, really I want to take Duke out. But if I heard it from the Miami fan base, I'm going to get ragged on. How do you not put Duke Johnson in there? Truth of the matter is, that's my more favorite running back.
Well, when you did the original
that.
5, you did have Cleveland Gary in there.
No,
He
when
had
saw
you
it,
in
no,
the original
he's asked
5.
me this. Yeah,
He did.
Yeah,
We've done this before?
Yes.
We've done this spit before.
I wasn't here for it.
We did on our show.
Yeah,
just me
I
and
don't
him.
miss with that stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like, yo, I'm AI in this shit.
He tied Melvin and Alonzo, and then he put you in.
Right?
You were in.
Did I not?
He had you in.
So,
I don't
not
miss-
as a pair.
Not as a pair. You got your own
I
spot.
got my own.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I got your own spot.
You're on the mountaintop.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're on the mountain.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah,
tell
man.
Lou Holtz that was
man,
not a
fuck Lou
fumble.
Holtz.
Okay.
Listen, Listen, man.
I got a good question for Mike.
Oh shit. Okay, go ahead, boss.
Give me your top 5 receivers.
Receivers of all time at Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
For me, number one,
This is interesting.
always for me, number one is Andre Johnson.
No question.
He's not gonna make it, y'all. Andre is in the top 5.
Yeah. He's always been my number one, but that was more like my era because I looked
Yeah.
at you guys. You know, that was more.
why it's gonna
Santana
be
Moss would be number 2 for me. Statistically, Michael Irvin should be probably number 1, but Michael Irvin, it wasn't my era. But if I'm being honest, he's probably number 1. Michael Irvin. He's definitely in the top 5, no doubt.
Right.
You got
Ever.
3.
So far, you got 3.
So far we have 3. 4. Oh man, that's tough.
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, I'd probably definitely have to put Wayne in there. Yep.
have to.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne's definitely in there.
You got to go to Reggie.
5's brutal.
Let me make it easy for you, man. Eddie Brown's a lock.
I don't know.
See, you
Who's
said
dad
Eddie
is
Brown.
that? Whose dad is that?
Man. Eddie was a
Eddie
bad,
Brown?
Yeah, he was a bad boy, man. He was good. Eddie was tough.
Miami High.
Yeah.
In case you don't
That's
know.
not Antonio Brown's dad, is it?
No.
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 He was incredible.
I know he is.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And you're leaving some guys off that list. Lamar Thomas, Horace Copeland. There's some dudes, man. But like, how many
Yeah.
guys? Like, how many?
It's so
How
many.
many guys?
I'd probably if I was gonna, I'd probably put Lamar. Lamar Thomas would be 5.
You know how good Eddie Brown was?
Yeah, that's from.
Dude, he
I know.
was
I never got to
insane.
watch him. Yeah.
Insane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Clear, I'm the guy to go toe to toe with you in this shit. I love this shit, man.
It is what it is.
Your top 5 receivers.
I would go with him with Eddie. But Eddie has to be in there. You know, you got Mike, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Eddie Brown,
Santana Moss.
and Santana Moss.
Wesley Carroll was great. Mm-hmm. But he, like, who do you keep off? Like, this is how it goes, man.
I love those guys, but the point, you know,
You gotta
I
pick a
just
list.
didn't get
So then we
along.
got to so since
Right,
we all
you gotta
answered the
pick a
top
list.
5, we got to close. We'll close the episode with this: top 5 defensive backs ever at UM. I'm going to give you a defensive question.
Defensive backs, that is Ed Reed considered defensive
Yes, of
back?
course,
'Cause,
definitely.
you know, they separate them.
No, you put safeties and corners in there.
Ed Reed. I love Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor's in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2. Benny Blades.
Yes.
That has to be.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I was going to ring that bell if someone did.
Benny Blades. Whoo.
It's tough, man. It's tough when
It's
you're on
itchy,
the spot. Yeah.
Defensive backs.
Phil Buchanan, great.
Phil.
Ryan McNeil, great. Darrell Williams, smoke shot hitter.
You should ask me a linebacker question.
Yeah,
But linebacker's too easy, I think. It's just so many guys.
Were there any
Got
All-American defensive backs?
What?
Were there any All-American?
Well, Benny was. Benny was a Thorpe. He
Benny?
split the
Benny
Thorpe
was.
Award with Ricky Dixon.
Reed. Reed was All-American.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right, Reed, Benny.
I got the.
Antrell Roll.
I got to say Antrell Roll. I
He
got
was
to say.
a killer. Killer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out an old schooler.
The guys that really come to mind, old school, were Benny Blades.
I got Benny.
I'd say.
What about Tolbert Bain?
Ryan McGahee? We love Tolbert. He played only 4
Always
times
a
starter.
pleasure.
Only 4-year starter.
Ever.
Tolbert?
Ever at
Only
UM.
4-year starter, most consecutive starts.
Was Tolbert Bain. He
Tolbert
played in
Bain.
every game for 4
hold on,
years.
what about
No, never hurt.
play for Cleveland? Not he played with Tremaine Mack them, not Tremaine Mack, but safety. He coaches at a high school coach now at is it Chaminade? Not Chaminade. He was at Heritage.
He was a defensive back?
Yeah.
What era?
He's older than me. He played with Rod Mack them, Rod Mack Tremaine, that era.
Not Earl Little.
Earl Little.
Earl Little? No, I don't think.
What about Dwayne Starks?
Dwayne Starks, another.
I forgot about Diaz.
too.
Yeah,
man, that's
Dwayne
right.
Starks
Yep.
is pretty.
Sutton, what position did Reggie Sutton play?
Reggie Sutton.
They wouldn't know it.
Safety. Killian High came in as a quarterback out of high school. I got this.
I got that.
Number
Well,
one.
how do you know all this?
I go. man.
Groupie for that era, I'm telling you,
I want to know who.
I thought I could throw him off.
Yeah, no,
here a
I
little
want to
bit.
know who wants some. I got it all. Fred
Yeah.
Marion before him.
That's right.
I know.
Fred Ma-
Rodney Bellinger
that's
before
way,
him.
That's way
What?
back. Fred Marion.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody wants this smoke? I'm here.
Well, guys, man, awesome. Such a great interview. Thank you so much, Cleveland, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Willis. Thanks as always. And Nev, anything else before we sign off here?
Man, I'm jacked up. Man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This would be a good one. All right, guys, if you're not subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button before you jump off the page. And of course, as always, we'll catch you guys on the next one.